Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, the #1 selling players racket from, 30 years ago. Stay tuned. Hey, Coach.
What's up, Harry? What you got there today?
Oh, just wanted to try out the new white out, and then obviously got my black out with some new strings in there. So want to test it out with you.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
All right. What you got there, Coach?
Oh, well, I mean, if we're going to test out your rackets today, I thought we'd just test out my rackets today. What do you think?
Sure, Coach. If you want that perfect coach or partner who is a racket junkie just like you, Play Your Court is the place. They have over 27,000 players for you to choose from. It's all at playyourcourt.com/tennis spin. All right, guys. So I was lucky enough to find one of these in actually really good shape. It was already pretty cleaned off because I went over it again. All I really had to do was change the grip. I measured the strings on my ERT 300 and it came out at 48 pounds still. So this is actually a pretty fresh string job. I'm not quite sure what it is though. I was trying to look it up. At first glance, it reminds me of Prince Topspin, but it is a poly. So it's some kind of a twisted string. I mean, one of my guesses was Wilson Revolve Spin. It's similar to something like that, and it's still holding tension very well. The reason why I picked this particular racket up is because it was one of the probably the most popular Yonex about 30 years ago. And I feel like, a lot of the pro stock models that people use today are pretty much these old models that modern players still want and like. The solidness, the stiffness of it, the way it feels, the flex. They don't make rackets like this anymore. And I feel like pro players want old school rackets for some reason, right? Well, obviously the modern rackets are wider and more powerful, except for a select few. But 95 square inch head on this, guys, 95. The flex from what I researched is a 54. That's pretty soft. It is a standard 27. This particular one weighs about 351 grams. It's 5 points head light. It's got a swing weight of 342. So there's a good amount of heft coming in. Now the beam is a 22 to 20. So it's 22 and it tapers down here into 20 from what my caliper says. Okay. 16 by 19. The more I read about this, I didn't understand, like a lot of people deem this like a spin doctor, spin machine from back in that day. I don't recall that though, but back in that day I wasn't using a Yonex, but they were saying a wider string pattern for more enhanced spin. And we definitely got spin strings on here at the perfect tension. So let's see if there's going to be a lot of spin with this. All right, we'll see you on the court. Coach Chris, do you know who Marcelo Rio is?
Nope.
Marcelo Rios?
Nope.
Do you know the cartoon called Rio?
Nope.
Okay, good. You're too young. Anyways, the RD7 was made popular in, I want to say the real late 80s to early 90s by a guy that was a lefty, Marcelo Rios. And I can understand how he could use this racket. He had a big loopy swing, swung for the fence with a lot of spin.
Is this his racket?
It was. No. He didn't own it. He used it, or probably, an offshoot of it.
Wow.
But I feel like that is a pro level racket. I mean, you literally hit so well with that, but you were like, I don't like the feel. I don't like the feel. It's too bendy. I mean, you tell them.
I wouldn't recommend for you guys to play with this. This is a little bit outdated. Even if Harry was saying I was playing well with it, this is I would probably say out of all the ones, this one probably bends and flexes in ways you're just like, what the heck is going on with this racket? I think Harry liked it because he was just able to just swing as much as he could.
Ball stays in.
And the ball stays in. I can see that. But I feel like something about this racket, especially if you're going to be dealing with a lot of nowadays, everyone's hitting the heck out of the ball. I don't think this racket frame would stand up a lot to like Alcaraz's forehand or Sinner's forehand. This is something that it feels like it's almost going to break.
Yeah, it's very flexible.
It's like
it's very flexible.
But again, fun racket to play with. But I can see how it's like.
Yeah, I thought the number was a little deceiving when I read it to you guys earlier. But this is very flexible. If you ain't swinging, it ain't going. And if you don't swing and connect correctly, it will like feel like a wet rag in your hand. It'll be like that, and then it won't snap. If you let it rip and connect, and you connect, then it's like a perfect snap of a towel, let's say, and then it like goes. But if you don't hit it, it's not doing nothing. It's too flexible. It's really too flexible.
This is his new racket.
Let's put baby emoji right here crying for him. But yeah, this is a tough racket to play with. Whoever out there is still using this or loves this racket,
no one.
I commend you. And like for those doctors who say, go get a 60 flex racket or lower. Yeah, get this sucker. All right, ball ain't gonna go nowhere though. No. But super fun to play with. I got this in Japan for like $10.
Oh, okay.
So it brought back my childhood. So square beam, you would think it's a little firmer, but it's soft, very soft.
Yep.
All right. If you want a soft racket, $10, go to Japan. There might be an RD7 or RD8 over there too, which I'm going to probably get next time. Coach Chris, thank you for testing out the RD7 with me. Where can they find you?
You can find me at CV Chen Tennis.
And
that's
it. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.